it's painful, at least for the way the Australian people address it by putting just a color to the gang issues. I don't think, I mean, it's only one gang in this nation. I mean, there are different gangs all around the places, but why would they just pick up just one? So that's a painful part of it. But the kids are free to do what they want to do. They are free to say what they want to say. And we as parents, we are powerless when it has to do with bringing up our children in the way that we were brought up. So I think that's the main problem as an African parent. I think to resolve this issue, I think the government need to use two streams in bringing this issue to resolution. And that is that government, I mean, should involve the faith-based organization, and also the government needs to also, I mean, involve the community, I mean, leaders as well. Bringing the two streams together would definitely make a great impact to it. The community faith-based organization and the churches and the mosques are strongly involved in resolving this. Yes. The Bible says that we should train up our children in a way that they will go, that when they grow, they will not depart from it. So I believe that that's what we have been doing. I mean, but the government need to also help the church and the community to solve this issue by looking at the rules that it has in place. The rules in this country, people don't really understand the rules as well, but the rule is not something that is really good for I mean, the upbringing of the children, because for one fact is that just look up for school. I mean, if the kids go to school and maybe the teacher notice that maybe the kids, I mean, had a bruise on the hand and say, oh, my mom beat me. I mean, they were all in an investigation why the mom beat this child. I mean, definitely they're going to call child protection, or they're going to call the police. That child will not come home. I mean, the government take absolute control over that child. I mean, every child needs to be disciplined. There should be a level of discipline before the child can be attracted from the family. So I think those rules needs to be re-looked at. The Bible says that stubbornness is bound in the heart of the child, but the word of correction will deliver him. I mean, if the king or the war was not something appropriate for discipline, why did they give it to the police? The police have a bottom that they beat people with. Why do they use it? They use it when there is a violence to calm them down. I think they use all the tear gas. What they use these things, they use it to calm stubbornness and rebelliousness. I mean, they're not using it to harm people or to endanger people's life, but they're using it to calm something down. So I don't think that any parent would definitely just beat their child or the hatred and hurt them. No, every parent has a level or degree of love for their children. But the way the government has brought that law and the way the government is approaching that law against parents, I mean, it's something that has disarmed them for all their right of discipline and allowing the children right before their eyes to go violent. Definitely. I want to believe that, I mean, there's a degree of racism, and it comes from the area of also envy as well. And it's one of those things that is also causing, I mean, our kids to really be violent out there. Like, I'll tell you the story that I had a year ago. My three-year-old son went to kinder, and he came back from kinder, and he sat down on the bed the next morning, and he said, Dad, I'm not going back to school. I said, why? And he began to cry. I said, why are you crying, Nathan? He said, because, I mean, everybody in the school laughed. I mean, everybody in the school mocked at me. Everybody in the school began to call me colors, all kind of a thing. And he was crying, shedding tears, I mean, on the bed. And I looked at him and I said to him, I said, son, this is the world that we live in. I mean, that shouldn't stop you from pursuing your career. So can you imagine at that level, at that age, I mean, a child has been addressed and attacked in that manner. So just imagine, I mean, he's going to grow up all his life like that. I think the African community needs to unite with the faith-based community, so that at least together, the Bible says that two are better than one. I mean, it shouldn't be something that is an attack from just a community, I mean, leadership perspective. No, I mean, this problem cannot be resolved on a barbecue or on a community event. This something has to be something that has to be there with spiritually, through prayers, I mean, through counseling, through a lot of mentoring. I mean, so I think we need both communities to really come together to work to resolve this issue. I would definitely ask the government to definitely look in the area of the rights they are giving to the children. I mean, for example, I'm not look. I mean, the rights of the freedom of money. I mean, it's something that is destroying our children right in our hands. Because I mean, if a child at the age of 16 or 18, I mean, is given the right to earn their own money from Centrelink and do what they want to do with their own money. They have the right to work out of their parent home, and government give them a shelter, accommodation to live in. I mean, these are the things that are destroying our kids. Because when you empower the child financially, you give that child the power to buy drugs. You give that child the power to buy alcohol, and you also give that child the power to what? To destroy their own destiny. So that's the problem we are facing right now.